What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Manverse VR. Today I'm bringing you guys a little channel update because this week we have hit 1,500 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing in the short amount of time that we've done it. I can't believe it, but I want to go ahead and get some things out of the way. First thing I want to talk about is, with me purchasing the HTC Vive, I've noticed some comments down below talking about how I'm giving up on the Gear VR, and I just want you guys to know that I'm not. The thing is we've already gone through the steps where, how to play your favorite PC games in VR that are first person, blah, 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 like Fallout, BioShock, my personal favorites, Fallout, BioShock, what was it? Call of Duty, Nether, H1Z1, stuff like that. That was, the first goal I had established when doing this. And then after that, I was like, man, what comes next? And it was kind of, right in front of me the whole time. It was using your mobile device as a Steam VR device. And not only can you use it as a Steam VR device now, but now that Oculus has removed the DRM policy again, you can now use it as an Oculus device, thanks to Steam VR, Revive, and stuff like that. So now we're opening the doors for more possibilities. And so if you think about it, the Gear VR is really just beginning, because the first thing we knocked out was the head movement and stuff like that. I've shown you guys how to achieve head movement with your Gear VR on your PC with Steam VR. Now the next step, which is coming soon, is hand movement, hand tracking. That's the goal. And so you're probably wondering, well, what does it have to do with you getting an HTC Vive? And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know right now, the reason I got an HTC Vive is because I felt like it wouldn't be right to tell you how to set something up without actually having something to compare it to. It's kind of like if someone comes to me and was like, hey, I want you to cook my favorite spaghetti, but I want you to cook it right. Well, in my head, I'm like, how do you cook it right? Is there a right way to cook spaghetti? If I want to make it the way it's meant for them to eat it, then it needs to be done right. So I need to taste it. I need to see it. I need to, I need to try it. So I went ahead and went out on a limb. I had some money saved up, and I purchased the HTC Vive. So therefore, I could basically, work backwards from it and be like, okay, so I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need this. Now I'm gonna take you through step by step. Like I said, next is hand movement. We're going to get our hands working in VR, and we're going to be using our hands in video games. That's the goal, and it's going to be done with the mobile device. And so I can confidently say that the Gear VR will not be dropped. I will also be playing Gear VR games, whenever I get the chance. Do not forget, this channel was started on the Gear VR, and I will end it on the Gear VR. I don't care. Especially with Daydream coming out, there's no way I could even ditch mobile VR. I'd have to be a non-VR enthusiast if I wasn't enthused for Daydream coming out here very soon. Next year is going to be like one of the greatest years for virtual reality, because we're going to have the PSVR out into this month. We're going to have Oculus Touch coming out. More people are going to be able to play VR at an even scale, except for the people with mobile VR, and that's the goal, is to get the people with mobile VR on the same page as the people who are willing to spend $600 and up. My goal is to bring you guys a VR experience for less than that, but equal to, when it comes to, obviously you won't get the same resolution. You're going to be using your phone, but unless the new phones next year and the Gear VR 2 has an amazing, resolution, then, there's nothing I can do about that right now. But overall, the 3D effect and presence is the same on the Gear VR as it is on the HTC Vive. So you're not missing on anything when it comes to the 3D of it all. Actually, the only thing you guys are missing out on the Gear VR currently is the positional tracking and the hand movement. That's it. So that's the goal, is to bring hand movement next, and then positional tracking. So when you lean in, you lean in. When you lean out in the game. And that's the goal. Now the technology is there, the software is already there. It comes down to getting everything together and get everything to work cohesively and get everything to cooperate with each other to run on, Steam VR and play the Steam VR games with your, basically your do-it-yourself Rift, or whatever you want to call it. So that's the goal. By far, not even close to being done with the Gear VR. I actually have a Gear VR gameplay coming up for you guys soon. Really fun game. But, we won't talk about that too much because I don't want to spoil anything. But, moving on from that, you know, I just want to let you guys know that, you know, I'm ultimately thankful for, you know, the 1,500 subs that have subscribed. For everybody enjoying the content, thank you so much. You guys are all amazing. I promise to remain humble. I promise to remain informative, and I promise to always bring you guys, you know, the best way to do things, and I promise to always bring you guys the best content to my ability. And what I mean by that is, right now, you know, I see a lot of comments saying you should improve this, you should try this, you need to do this, and I just want to go ahead and get out of the way that you guys also have to remember that this is a hobby. And not only is a hobby, but it's funded from my own pockets. This is something that, you know, I enjoy. You know, being a VR enthusiast, this is something that I pay for myself. This is something that I put my hard-earned money into, and, you know, it's definitely something that I don't mind sharing with everybody else, because I want VR to be available to the masses. That's the goal. As long as VR is costing anywhere from $600 to $800, it's not available to the masses. It's not fair. For something to be so awesome, to be so, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, basically, and I don't want the minority to be able to have it. I want the majority to be able to have it. And I feel like so far we've worked towards that, but we've got a lot to go. And I feel like adding hand tracking is the next step for you guys. Very, very budget friendly. Do not worry about that. So don't be like, man, is he gonna make me spend like $120 to get hand tracking? No, not at all. Not at all. Do not worry. Do not, you know, it's all good. I got you guys. Do not worry. You know, I got you guys. And like I said, the only reason I got the HTC Vive is so I had something to compare it to. It was only fair, it was only right. If I'm going to sit here and tell you guys how to use something, I want you guys to make sure that, you know, it is doing the right, everything's working accordingly, and everything's working the way it should versus the real deal. And that's the goal, you know. But moving on from that, I got some more good news. I got 2 Into-game codes. They're not Gear VRs, but they are Into-game codes. Basically, you know, if you have a Gear VR, you'd have to use a Google Cardboard Enabler. You're essentially getting the same thing. The only difference is you need the Cardboard Enabler. It runs the same, runs just as good. And so I've got 2 of those codes to give away. But my problem is I'm not sure how giveaways work on YouTube. I'm not even sure if they're allowed, or if they are, how they work. So to be safe and to keep my channel from getting any strikes or anything, my only really, I mean, I thought about this for a long time because I've had these codes for like a couple weeks now, and I just wanted to do it correctly, and I wanted to do it at the right time. Basically, what I'm going to do is there's going to be 2 links down below. There's going to be my Twitter, which is twitter.com/@manversvr or manversvr, just like my YouTube. And then I want you guys to go ahead and follow that. And then also down below that link will be a link to Into-game's Twitter. Now, after you follow these 2 Twitters, what I want you guys to do is hit me up and be like, done. I don't care what you say. You can be like, hey, big head, I'm done. I really don't care. You know, as long as you just let me know that you've done it. I check, make sure you've done it, put you on the list, and we'll go ahead and do a giveaway and give you guys these 2 codes out. Now, that's just that. Dude, don't worry, I got more good news. But like I said, that's just the first thing, the first bit of good news I got for you guys. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is, you know, how we were talking about quality, right? We were talking about quality and how it needs improved and stuff like that. And don't worry, I'm completely aware of all this, 100%. You know, I mean, I know like right now, but I'm very limited right now because of what I've got to deal with. I'm living in an apartment right now. I mean, as you know, the acoustics in here suck. So even if I did go in buy a nice big old freaking fancy microphone, it's really not going to sound that good because I got hardwood floor, I got empty walls, I got tile floor right next to my hardwood floor. I mean, it's just a sound disaster. The acoustics suck. But I'm also currently in the market for a house. Now, when it comes to this house, I told my wife that the only thing I want to worry about is having a room for VR. That's my only thing. I just want a room dedicated to VR. And she's cool with it, so we're going to get it. So we're on the house. We're on the market for a house. Looking for a house. You know, that's another thing that's been tying up my time. So once that happens, you know, we're going to have dedicated lighting. I have a green screen already from when I used to stream back on Twitch and stuff like that, you know, so I've got a lot of things that I can already use, and I've got a lot of stuff that I can add. You know, the camera quality is going to improve and stuff like that, because I'll be confident enough to know that, like, hey, I've got a room dedicated to it now. It's no longer sitting on a temporary desk in my living room because I have no space, blah blah blah. You know, it's definitely something that's going to improve. It's just going to be a little bit of time. like I said, this is also a hobby, so it all comes from my pockets. So I greatly apologize if the quality is not top tier, but it will get there. I promise. Right now we're just working our way up there. We're working our way to the top. We're getting closer and closer every day. Thanks to you guys so much, and I really am thankful for you guys enjoying the content so far. So to bring some more good news, on top of that, we are going to be partnering up with the Computer Guru Show, and what they're going to be doing is they're going to be giving away a couple of the Google Cardboard based headsets. Now this is awesome for you guys who haven't been able to obtain one and would like a chance to get one. I have their links down below. It'll be under where it says Computer Guru Show. They got a YouTube and a website. Now check them out. They're a radio show, and they talk about all the cool technology and stuff like that, and stuff going on in the tech world. So definitely check that out. All you gotta do is go to their stuff. Basically, to get 100% specifics for you guys, and the easiest way for them to explain it, I'll have, if you're watching this, comment down below. I'll also send you an email to comment, and we'll get it towards the top comment. I'll have everybody like it and stuff like that. So if you see their comment down below, be sure to give it a like so we can make it the top comment, so we can get that news out there and stuff like that, so we can share the VR awesomeness with everyone as possible. And I'm going to end that here. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you guys so much for hitting that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for interacting with me in the comments. You guys are all awesome. I appreciate it to the fullest. Please stay awesome, stay safe, enjoy your Pokemon Go if you're playing. Don't Pokemon and drive. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.